Assalamu alaikum guys. So today we're going to show you, teach you, demonstrate you how to make this beautiful recipe. As you can see in front of you, you have a mountain of rice and vegetables. What is this? You're probably asking yourself, or you probably know from the title. This is a vegetable pulao. Just like with meat pulao, you can make it with vegetables for the vegetarian people out there or the vegan people out there. And it is an amazing recipe. And please make sure you subscribe, you like the video, you comment, share it, and hit the bell icon. And without any further ado, let's get into it. For our vegetable pulao, we're going to need 1000 grams of basmati long grain rice, 4 medium-sized diced potatoes and carrots, 1.5 cups of frozen green peas, 4 pureed fresh tomatoes, not canned, fresh tomatoes, 3 medium-sized white onions finely sliced, 1 large red bell pepper diced, 1 green and 1 red chili sliced lengthwise without seeds, 2 green chilies chopped with seeds, 1 tablespoon of fennel seeds in powder shape, 1 tablespoon of salt, 150 grams of vegetable oil, 3 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste, 2 stock cubes, 1 large bay leaf, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, 2 large cardamom pods, 4 chunks of whole cinnamon, 1 star anise, 6 dried plums, half a teaspoon of whole black peppercorns, 6 cloves, and 2 tablespoons of crushed coriander seeds. So we will begin by placing a large pot on our stove and turn on the heat. Once that's done, we will add in our vegetable oil, followed by the onions. We will raise the heat and we will fry our onions in our oil until they turn golden brown. So as you can see, our onions have become beautifully golden brown. You can see. Now what we're going to do is add in our garlic and ginger paste. Mix this in very well. And as soon as you start smelling the smell of garlic and ginger in the air, we will add in our dry, crushed and whole spices. So the ones that I've shown you before, we'll just add them in as they are. And these are our fennel seeds. And our chopped green chilies with seeds. And we will mix this in really well. The smell is amazing. I'll definitely recommend you to try it. So after frying your spices for a couple of minutes. You see they've become nice and fragrant. Now we will add in our tomato puree. The water from the tomato puree will allow the dried plums to become soft later on, and therefore give off their flavor to the rice once we add them in. And not only that, the tomato will also enhance the flavor of our final dish by adding a bit of acidity and color. So after having cooked our tomatoes in our spices for a couple of minutes or so, we will add in our vegetables. So we'll add in the diced potatoes, like so, and the diced carrots. And we will fry these vegetables in the spices to take off the raw edge. So therefore they are easier to cook with the rice. So just fry them with the rest of the spices for 5 minutes or so. So after having fried our carrots and potatoes for 5 minutes or so, we will add in half a cup of room temperature water. Stir that in well, and we will cover this like so, and lower the heat to as low as it goes, and leave the potatoes and the carrots to cook for 5 minutes. While our potatoes and carrots are cooking, we will place a medium-sized sauce pot on our stove, and we will turn on the heat. In that sauce pot you have to pour in 1.5 liters of water. Why? Because we have 1 kilo of rice, therefore we are going for a 1 to 1.5 ratio, to which we will add in our 2 stock cubes. And as the water will come to a boil, those will melt in. So 5 minutes have passed by, and our potatoes and carrots are almost halfway cooked through. So what we will do now is take the lid off, and as you can see, everything has come together beautifully. And to this, what we will do is we'll add in the rest of our vegetable. Those are the bell peppers, the green peas, and we will mix these in really well with the rest of the vegetables. Cover it again and let it cook for another 5 minutes. Why did we do this? It is because the peas are softer, just like the bell pepper, so they take less time to cook. Whereas the potatoes and the carrots are harder and they take longer to cook. So they will cook for about 10 minutes, but the softer vegetable will just cook for 5 minutes. So another 5 to 7 minutes have passed by, and our vegetables are totally cooked through. We've checked them. So what we'll do now is we will take our water, in which we have infused the stock cubes, and we'll add it straight into our vegetables. So as you can see, our water was boiling on the side, and now we'll add it straight into our vegetables, like so. To which we will add 1 tablespoon of salt. Why 1 tablespoon? Because we're cooking 1 kilo of rice. And now to this we will give it a good mix, just so that everything is mixed well properly. And to this, finally, we will add in our rice. As you can see, our rice are wet. Why? Because before adding the rice, you must ensure that you wash them at least 3 times and rinse them and wash them with tepid water. Okay, so now we'll add in our rice. Add them gently, you don't want any splashes. Water is really hot. After having added your rice, give them a good mix. Like so. So now everything is mixed well together. Now what we will do is we will keep cooking the rice until all the water is being absorbed by the rice and they have cooked through about 70%. So after about 5 to 7 minutes, as you can see, almost all the water has been absorbed by the rice. And the rice, as I said before, are almost 70 to 80% cooked through. Now for the remaining 20 to 30%, we will place our rice on top of a pan that was preheated. This is known as the double cooker method or the double layer method. So take your pot and place it on top of a separate pan. As you can see, it's top of another pan. Now, since there are 2 layers, the heat will take longer to penetrate, and therefore the remaining 20-30% of the cooking time, the rice will cook slowly, and therefore at the end it will yield a fluffier, softer rice. So now we will cover, and now this is on a very gentle heat, the lowest possible, and it will cook for about 20 minutes. 20 minutes have passed by and our rice are ready. Let's have a look. Wow. As you can see, each grain is distinguishable by the others, you see. And if I just, move them around a little bit, you can see that all the moisture is gone, which means the water has been absorbed and everything is perfectly cooked through. Now I'll take a spoonful and I'll give you a closer look. As you can see, each grain can be seen individually. They are not mushy, they are fluffy. So now we're going to serve the rice up in our serving vessel of choice. So there we go. And look how soft our plums have become. So finally, the rice have been served up in this nice glass casserole. And as you can see, it's an explosion of colors. You've got the orange from the carrots, the yellow from the potatoes, the rice, the green from the peas, the red from the bell peppers, and it tastes just as good as it looks, if not better. So now we're going to garnish it with the chilies that we sliced before, lengthwise without the seeds. So just, garnish the rice with the chilies, as to make it look more attractive, more inviting. There you go. And as a final touch, serve this up with a beautiful yogurt-based chutney with mint, parsley, chili. This is your vegetable pulao, an amazing recipe that goes well for lunch or dinner, and everybody will love it. Make sure you make it with basmati rice, as it won't taste as good with any other rice. So this is it from me. Well done. Allah Hafiz.